everyone, welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell from the previous clip, Dan and I did have to go out and do some grocery shopping today. But before we did that, I did manage to do something that I have been trying to do for almost a year now, and that is that I finished the first draft of book 6. And don't worry, I will be revealing the title probably within the next couple of weeks because I'm getting really tired of calling it book 6. I'm just going to finish putting away a few things here. I've got some ground beef that I need to sort of portion out for the next couple of weeks. And somebody's already trying to help me put away the cat food, of course. But yeah, I know you want this, but you can't have it right now. Yeah, this is the food we buy for her now. It's Purina Beyond. I'm sure, like so many other cat foods on the market, it claims to be healthier than the competitors, but we'll see. So I'm going to finish up in here, put away that ground beef that's on the counter behind me, and then after that we'll move into the living room since Dan is filming in his office. So yeah, we're both filming at the same time, trying to stay out of each other's way. But I'm going to move into the living room and I'm going to talk a little bit about this draft and what I have planned for the next couple of weeks in terms of any promotion I'm going to be doing. As I said, I have been working on a book trailer for about a couple of weeks now, and I'm hoping to release it on my channel maybe mid-February, if all goes according to plan. But like I said, let me finish up here and then we'll chat book stuff in about 5 minutes. Actually, this might take me a little bit longer than 5 minutes because this is what my kitchen sink looks like right now. It's full of dishes, and my dining room is also a little bit of a mess. And there's a cat in the background making sure I film everything and talk to you guys about how on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, not that I use TikTok so much, but you know, if you're on YouTube, you inevitably see videos that were posted to TikTok. I know oftentimes it seems like everybody has the picture perfect white kitchen with the white countertops and the white cabinets, and frankly I hate it. I think it looks very sterile and almost like a hospital, but whatever, to each their own. But the reason I'm showing you this sink full of dirty dishes and my slightly messy, disorganized dining room is to remind you that not everything you see online is picture perfect and aesthetically pleasing. So enjoy my de-influencing attempt here as I show you what a normal person's kitchen looks like, because I'm a normal person and I live a normal life. Alright, kitchen's all clean. I washed the sink, washed the countertops. Obviously the dining room's a lot more clean and organized now. I've got coffee started over here. And of course, my assistant is still in the kitchen with me, which is always a good sign. See, when I think of vlogging, I think of people filming their everyday lives. And I know obviously for different people and different accounts, their everyday life is a little bit different than mine. I think it's time for a cupcake. Don't you? I will go and fix myself a little treat, and after that I will come back in here and we'll sit down and we'll talk about me finishing the first draft of book 6. Next week I will be doing a title and cover reveal, and guess what? I've already written the blurb, so less work for me right now. I had to go and get a napkin. Because if you've ever seen me eat anything, you know that I always eat one. Alright, here they are. Little Valentine Day cupcakes. Yes, I brought 2, but not 1 for you, 1 for me, 2 for me, and you get to watch. I go through this every time, doesn't matter what I'm eating, she will show up. And you know what, I bet she's even gonna come on the couch. No, maybe not. Okay, cross your fingers, guys. We might be able to eat these cupcakes in peace. Ooh, look at that. Very cute. Look at this, so cute. Oh my god. You know how long it's been since I've had a mini cupcake? And in fact, one time, I really didn't feel like writing, which does happen from time to time, but I had a couple of mini cupcakes. I think they were like Thanksgiving themed or something like that. And I put 2 of them on a plate, just like I did here. I put them in the corner of my desk, and I told myself that I could not touch them until I finished that chapter. Guys, I've never finished a chapter so fast in my entire life. Bon appetit. So good. Alright, so I have 1 more cupcake left, but I'm going to wait until I finish recording this video before I eat it. So a lot of writers will tell you when you're initially drafting a book and you're in the very first draft, you're in the very rough part of the storytelling process, you should never do any developmental edits. And for a long time I believed that, so I would hold off on doing any major revisions or rewrites until I had written the end on the very first draft. But for this particular book, I knew that I wasn't going to be following any of those old rules. So I ended up doing quite a substantial amount of developmental edits in the first draft, which means that my first draft actually kind of feels a little bit like a second draft as well. But of course, it's still technically the first draft because it's the first attempt I've made to tell the story from start to finish. Now, going forward into the second draft, because I have basically saved myself so much time and work by rewriting chapters and scenes as they have come to me, I probably won't be really overhauling a whole lot. There are a couple of scenes here and there that I think could use a little bit of fine-tuning, a little bit of tweaking. But in terms of how happy I am with the finished product right now as it stands today, I'd say I'm probably about like 90 to 95% pleased with it. Of course, it is still technically a first draft, so I can't say yes, 100% it's done and ready to go because I know for a fact that it's not. So the next step, of course, when I begin draft 2, and I of course use that term very loosely because, as I said, I'm already kind of in draft 2. The lines are blurry here, guys, but they're there somewhere. The next step for me will probably be doing another read through from start to finish, and I will also most likely be using text-to-speech. So if you've never used it before, it's basically a function in Microsoft Word where you can highlight certain sections of the text or even all the text at once if you want, and you can have an AI voice narrate that story back to you. And I typically don't use this until the 3rd or 4th draft when I'm really getting ready to finish the story. But I think I will use it in the second draft strictly because I have read this story so many times that I know I'm missing certain things, certain redundancies or incongruencies, areas that don't really make sense. Because, there's a difference between reading something and then hearing it spoken, right? And in fact, that's why a lot of people in the publishing industry will tell you the best way to actually edit your work is to read it out loud to yourself. But I don't like doing that. I get tired of talking after a while, and so I end up rushing. And I just kind of stumble over my words. I'm not hearing it the same way. I sort of get tired of my own spoken voice the way I get tired of my written voice after working on a chapter or a book for too long. So I'm gonna do that most likely sometime next week. I think I should probably take some time off, but as I've said before, I really do struggle with that, so we'll see how it goes. But I do have the cover, the blurb, the title all ready to go, and I am going to be posting on Instagram sometime next week this little promotional, I don't even know what it is. It's like a thing that I designed on Canva that kind of summarizes what the book is about, sort of. Like I said, I've been out of the social media loop for so long that I don't even really think of it in terms of promoting myself. It's really just me summarizing the story and the characters and everything for myself. Now, book trailer. I am really, really excited to show you guys this book trailer. I feel silly admitting this, and it's going to sound silly to you guys, but I really was trying to go in with a little bit of a cinematic kick, a little bit. Instead of just doing the traditional book trailers, which I don't even think people really do anymore, unless I'm just on the wrong side of YouTube. But in terms of making a book trailer, I wanted it to be a little bit more like, how would this story look if, by some snowball's chance in hell it was ever adapted to the screen, which I don't think it will be. But you know what, fingers crossed. Anything can happen in a lifetime. I really love visual media, so my book trailer is going to be a little bit more movie-ish. I'm gonna do a little bit of tweaking to make sure it's really, really, really nice. Really nice. And yeah, I'm so excited to show you guys. I had so much fun writing the book, and I think to me what's even cooler than having finished the book, because that's always cool, that never gets old. I hope it never ever gets old for me for as long as I can continue to write. But the best part about this book was the fact that I fell in love with writing again. Last year I basically said, you know what, it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna do this for myself. I don't care if anybody else watches my videos or if they read my books. This is for me, it's for my personal records, it's for posterity, really, so I can look back when I'm older and say, hey, you know what, I did something really cool. I just want something to outlive me. I think that's what it is. I want something to prove that I was here and that I really, really tried, The first draft is 83,872 words, I think. I think it came down a little bit. It was going to be over 85K, but then I ended up cutting out part of a chapter that just really wasn't working very well. And so the word count came down, but that's normal. Really, it happens all the time. The 200 pages, and I'm so relieved. I'm done with this draft. I'm excited to see what happens next, and of course I will be filming a video when I receive my proof copy. As always, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below. That's what the comment section is for. And in the meantime, I will continue to work hard to bring you interesting content however and whenever I can. Anyway guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.